Hi guys, welcome back to FitLifeSDTV, where today we're going to be closing out our SARM series. Over the last few weeks, we've gone over some of the ones that we carry here and the ones that we think have a pretty good safety profile that will do good in any stack. We are a nutrition store and a training facility here in sunny San Diego. And there's certain things that we do believe that clients and certain customers can benefit from, but we also wanted to touch on some of the ones that we do not carry, that it's up to you. If you want to talk to your doctor and put them in your mix, you can, but some of the reasons why we don't agree that they would do good in certain stacks. So the first one we're going to talk about real briefly is S4. S4 is one of the ones that's been known to have certain sight issues, kind of like yellowing at night, nighttime blindness issues. To me, there's not something that I would say that would justify that being in a stack, because we all know that these are research chemicals. There's not long-term studies on it, and just because people say that the blindness will go away when you cease to use it, that doesn't mean there's not going to be something down the road. Macular degeneration is something that kind of worries me, that some people have to worry about in their older years. So to me, that's one that I would never include in a stack. If you do your research and find out that there's reasons why, that's up to you. But to me, there's plenty of very good ones that you can use instead. S23 started out to be researched for male fertility, or as a anti-fertility drug. In other words, male birth control. And the way you shut down normal sperm production is to crush your LH and FSH. Hence is the reason why it's hard to recover normal testicular function after you experiment with something like that. So for what you're getting out of a SARM like S23 and the impact you're doing, that's one of those cases what a SARM is meant for is not really meeting the criteria, which is to have less side effects of steroids and all the benefits. This does not meet that criteria because it's getting a big side effect that you're going to get from anabolic steroids. So if you're going to mess with that, then you probably should look elsewhere. The last one we're going to cover is YK11. YK11 is a myostatin inhibitor. Now, the reason why people think it's so good is because if you have a myostatin inhibitor, myostatin is a protein hormone that governs how much muscle we can build. And there's a lot of theories that these mass monsters like Ronnie Coleman, that they might have had a myostatin deficiency, which is why even though they trained hard and they might have used whatever they did to get where they were, they still were able to break barriers that other people couldn't. Okay, now the problem with that is we only have scientific evidence showing that myostatin deficiencies only really work if it happened in the embryonic stage. That's where if you take any kind of a physiology class that deals with this, you'll see the picture of a skinned rat, or you see this this cow that's got monstrous muscles on it. Those are examples of myostatin deficiencies from birth, okay? But there's no evidence that having something like that later on in life does anything. And then the other side of it is some people even believe that increasing your ability to build muscle versus myostatin inhibiting it only matters once you've reached a true genetic potential anyway. And so a lot of times we have a lot of room to go. So there's not a lot of evidence that inhibiting myostatin is going to help us to gain muscle, but then let's talk about the side effects. YK11 is actually a steroidal SARM, meaning in the chemistry it has the backbone of bioidentical steroid or testosterone. So at that point it is a steroid, it's not just a normal SARM, and it carries the same impact that you would carry with everything else. Massive suppression, hard to recover, and if we don't know it's helping you to gain muscle, why are you going to take those chances and increase your cholesterol through the roof? So those three SARMs altogether are the ones that are very popular that we don't really advise anyone take. If you do, it's up to you. I'm not saying it's going to be the end of the world, but at the end of the day, we have to make sure what we're recommending is something that we would give to ourselves and we would recommend to clients, and those three just do not meet the criteria. So to recap, we covered three SARMs that we just do not recommend. That's going to be your S4, your S23, and your YK11. S4 because we don't want to go blind, S23 because we don't want to crush our testosterone to the point where it's hard to recover, and then YK11 because the side effects that we're going to get doesn't guarantee there's even a possible benefit you're going to get by inhibiting myostatin in the first place. So again, those three we don't advise. Like I say, it's not the end of the world if you've used it. It's something you might want to talk to a professional about, a doctor, if you feel like you've done some damage, but we just don't recommend that. If you'd like more information, you can check us out. We're here in Point Loma in San Diego, Fit Life Nutrition, where we do training, nutrition consulting, and supplement sales. Also, remember, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and hit the like button, and we'll have more information for you coming soon.